Ooh, boy. Oh, my Lord Jesus. This one right here, y'all. This is... All right, let's be real for a second. We're always real. When I first seen this headline, I was like, what the is going on? You telling me there was an actual woman who not only decided to sing to a 6-year-old child, calling them a monkey and saying that they live in a zoo, but record it and put it on the internet. That's what we've gotten to in this country at this point. Where
Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey. And you smell like one, too. Give a clap, everybody.
I don't like stuff like that.
for so many minorities, we have to kind of play this game of making sure that we're not being overly sensitive. Because after watching it, I did go back and go, okay, well, now, as a kid, I do remember hearing a version of this song too. I can remember singing this song. I'm sure at some point somebody sang it to me. From what I recall, it went more like happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. I can remember hearing that in my life and not thinking two ways about it. And so I go, okay, this could be a case of a woman who is just so out of touch with so many things that she's just repeating something that she too has heard from her childhood. A song that has no other meaning other than to make kids laugh because it involves animals. I'm trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt, but it is such naivety on their part that you almost go, we need to re-examine what you're doing in these classrooms. The thing about being a child is there's so much history that goes on before you get to life that you don't understand, that the things that adults bring into a classroom. You see a teacher, right? That's all that person is. For so many kids, when they leave the classroom, the teacher just disappears. We don't think about them having a life outside of the classroom. We don't think about the fact that they bring their own biases and political beliefs and religious beliefs into the classroom. And because of that, when teachers do things to certain students, we don't even really, it doesn't even cross our mind that they're doing it from a malicious place. And it's just so unfortunate to see, again, those two black boys going, something isn't right with this. Things are not good for so many communities, not just black, but across the spectrum. So many individuals are being targeted based upon the race and their backgrounds, that this is just not the time to put a camera on a young child and tell them, no, let me be specific here. This is not the time to put a camera on a young black child and call them a monkey. It doesn't matter if your intentions are pure. It's just read the room type energy. Moving off of that, there is something else that's going on that I found interesting. And so I found this fascinating, and I want to read this transcript here from PBS. It's an interview between Stephanie Sy and the superintendent, Ryan Walters. She starts with, let's start with this new directive. Your memorandum says, quote, effective immediately, all Oklahoma schools are required to incorporate the Bible, which includes the 10 Commandments, as an instructional support. It also says immediate and strict compliance is expected. He responds, yes, the left, they can be offended. They can be mad. They can be upset. But what they can't do is they can't rewrite history. We are going to show the countless citations. The Bible was cited more than any other document in the 1600s, 1700s political writings. It is clearly a momentous historical source. But here's the kicker. So we're going to go to another article here, and this one is on Yahoo News from the New Republic. And the headline is, teacher forced to teach Trump Bible reveals what is and isn't in it. Because the Bible that the same superintendent we were just talking about has placed in these schools is not the Bible that so many of us may have grown up on. No, this Bible was one that was endorsed by Trump and Lee Greenwood. Here you go. Former state superintendent Ryan Walters placed a 55,000 unit order for new Bibles in October, but the parameters he set for permissible additions were eyebrow-raisingly specific. Aaron Baker, a history and government teacher in Oklahoma City, received 2 copies of Trump's addition to his classroom earlier this month. However, he quickly noticed that something was amiss. The version of the Constitution published between the book's leather-bound folds was wrong. The version of the Constitution delivered to Oklahoma's classrooms for statewide instruction was 160 years out of date and excluded more than a dozen amendments. I do not think it will be hard for any of you all to guess which amendments just so happened to be left out, but we're going to read them anyway. Notably, the incorrect version still featured the 3/5 compromise. You know, the one that says that basically black people are 3/5 a person, thus not an actual person. A vestige of slavery that handed more political power to slave-owning states while omitting the 13th Amendment. I don't know if you remember that one, but that's the one that got rid of slavery. The incorrect edition also lacked the 14th Amendment, which constitutionalized the right to due process and granted citizens equal protection under the law, shielding them from state action. In addition, Trump's Bible is missing the 19th Amendment, which grants women the right to vote, the 22nd Amendment, which limits the president to 2 terms in power, and the 26th Amendment, which lowers the legal voting age from 21 to 18. What we're talking about is pure and simply indoctrination, the same thing that individuals have claimed is occurring in schools when it comes to LGBTQ behavior and DEI practices, the things that they're saying about people going up in classrooms and teaching their kids how to be gay or turning them gay or being a part of a program that forces kids to want to change their sexual identity. Things that have been repeatedly disproven. No matter how many times individuals ask for a specific example of a school doing this, they cannot provide that example. But you know what we can do? We can now actually provide an example of individuals forcing kids to learn about the Bible, basically proclaiming to these children there is only one religion. On top of that, individuals that maybe don't look like you or that you don't see that often, because we are talking about Oklahoma, they're not even a full person. It is a nasty time right now, y'all, because what is occurring has moved itself away from the courtrooms. It's removed itself away from individuals who've dedicated their lives to lying to people. It is now in the classrooms. It is now affecting people's children. You now have to be on guard for what is occurring in the classroom, because actual hateful rhetoric and speech and thought is being implemented in kids' heads. But I'm going to leave it to y'all. Y'all got to tell me, what do you think about the incident with the teacher and the child? Was she, in fact, being racist, or was she just being tone deaf, or do you believe that she was just so naive that she had no idea what she was doing? Do you think it is okay to force religion back into schools, regardless of the age-old saying that there should be a separation of church and state?